What ATP does is that basically it's going to measure the gross soil that's on your surfaces and validate to you within 15 seconds whether or not the surfaces are clean or not clean by standards of the healthcare industry. What ATP stands for is inosine triphosphate. Inosine triphosphate is a living organism that we all produce, and it's what is left behind in bacteria. It doesn't identify what the bacteria is, but it will identify the amount of gross soil that is left behind on the surface, which is what you and I pick up and we spread to everybody else. When we first walk into the environment, the first thing we need to do is turn the unit on, and it's going to calibrate. It takes 60 seconds for itself to calibrate down. It needs to read the environment that it's in and the ambient temperatures that are there. An ATP monitor will read the gross soil that is on the surface and or reservoir. Reservoir can be the countertop, it could be a sink, it could be a floor, it can be a touch point, a doorknob, a computer keyboard, it can be anything. The intent though is to read the amount of gross soil that's there. What we do is you take a swab and basically you're just going to wipe it down on the cleaning surface. It's important that we only want to measure an area that's 4 by 4, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. You don't want to go any bigger than that because there's not an amount of solution on the swab, and you don't want to introduce a lot of different gross soils. We just want to get a reading in that general area of what it is. So as you can see, I've twisted the swab back and forth quite a few different ways and basically gotten a good 4 by 4 swatch of area. I'm then going to take that dirty swab and stick it inside this tube. There is a capsule on the top that has a solution that's going to flush down and go over top of the swab. And what's going to happen is that any of the ATPs, inosine triphosphates, that were left behind on that surface will now start illuminating, and this meter will read that. So what we do, we break the vial on the top and squeeze it. We allow the solution to come down. We're then going to shake it for about 5 seconds. Once we've done that, we're going to open up the ATP monitor and slide it in. Once that vial is broken, you only have 15 seconds to get it from there into here. Anything longer and it won't work. We then close it, we hit the OK button, and it's going to start calibrating itself down. And within 15 seconds, we will have an RL unit measurement, the amount of gross soil that is in that area. Now, this shows 86 RLU. And if you see, there's also an X up there. That means that it's a fail. When we're reading ATPs, anything above 30 is considered a fail. Anything below 30 is a pass. Healthcare, hospitals, daycare centers, those type of facilities strive to get anywhere between a 0 to a 10. But generally, 0 to 30 is considered sanitary. So again, for this particular unit where we just swabbed, an 86 would be considered a fail. Just done a reading and we've gotten an 86 on our ATP monitor. Again, signifying that there is a soil load above 30 which is considered unsanitary. using our microfiber cloth just submerged in warm water. We would then go to that cleaning area. Again, the point of this issue is not to say that people haven't cleaned properly, but in the past, we've always cleaned to smell and we've always cleaned to look. And that is not good enough today. That's why we have H1N1 issues. That's why we have VRE and MRSA issues in healthcare. It's important that we back up the truck a little bit and to say we need to do a better job of cleaning. Just throwing more chemical at those problems isn't the answer anymore. So we have taken a wet microfiber cloth and we are literally just going to clean that area with a microfiber cloth that we just swabbed and got an 86. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a clean swab and we are going to let this air dry. So now that our area has dried, and again all we've done is cleaned it with a microfiber cloth and warm water. We're then going to take a new swab, which has not been introduced to anything, and we are going to swab again the same area that we did the first time that we got the 86 reading on, but that I've also just cleaned. Again, ensuring that we're getting a good 4" by 4" area and that the swab is being rolled over. It is very important in doing this process that I also do not introduce this to other types of gross soil, whether it be my skin, the sink top, or whatever. In order to get a true validation, you need to just do the surface that we just did. Again, the same thing. We're going to put the swab inside the vial, snap it, squeeze it, and shake it for about 5 seconds. We now have that. We're going to stick it inside the same ATP monitor, close, and hit OK. And within 15 seconds, we will get a new RLU unit on that same swabbed area. Excellent. Down to a 29. So we've taken the same area that was an 86, which was a fail, and again 0 to 30 is a pass. So by just introducing a wet dampened microfiber cloth, we have removed enough of the gross soils on that countertop to get it a pass. If you were to take process B and take our pre-moistened cloth and were to wipe that same surface, we should even get better counts. So now we've cleaned the surface and we need to revalidate. So again, we're taking our swab. If you were to take process B and we're rubbing it on the surface, putting it back in, snapping the vial, 5 seconds, right back into our ATP monitor. 0. So we've gone from an 86 to a 29 down to 0. That's exactly the levels that a healthcare environment wants, and that's what you can easily achieve in your own facilities by buying the right products with the right procedures, but now you're cleaning the science as well. And that's why ATP is nice, because we can validate and the validation doesn't lie. A 0 is a perfect number.